Holiday gatherings are a great time to catch up with family members. They can also provide a good opportunity to learn about your family's health history. Why, you might ask, is your family's health history important? Mapping your family's medical history and creating a medical family tree can help identify some health risks to which your family is especially prone.
Our family history is very important because it provides us information about our past, but it also gives us clues about our future health. Knowing our family history can help us determine what kinds of medical problems or conditions we may be at a higher risk of developing.
When recording your family health history, you'll want to incorporate at least 3 generations. This can include grandparents, parents, aunts and uncles, yourself, your spouse, siblings and cousins, and your children and nieces and nephews. Remember to record both sides of the family. You should record the following information on all family members: dates of birth and death, causes of death, chronic medical problems like cancer, heart disease, diabetes, mental illness, asthma, stroke, and high blood pressure, genetic disorders such as birth defects, sickle cell anemia, hemophilia, and other metabolic disorders such as PKU. Record family incidences of mental retardation and learning problems, and lifestyle factors such as smoking, alcohol use, and weight problems. And be sure to share this information with your family and healthcare providers.
There is a heredity component to many diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes, some cancers, and certain psychiatric disorders. A family medical history can identify these diseases within your family and alert members of the importance of arranging for appropriate screenings.
Knowing about our family history helps not only ourselves but our relatives, because if we have a family history of a certain medical problem, it may change the timing or types of tests that we may need to find out what our risk actually is.
I have 2 handicapped adult children who were diagnosed, my son in his early teens and my daughter in her early 30s, with a autosomal recessive disorder called metachromatic leukodystrophy. It's a very rare disorder. We were not aware that it existed in our family. We did a family health history in that we looked back in our family. We looked at members of the family who potentially had the disorder but had not been diagnosed with it, people that were older than us, and then we made the information available to other members of our family who were still of childbearing years so that they could use the information in planning pregnancies and deciding whether to investigate if they already had children, whether these children might be victims of this disease.
In my family, sickle cell seems to be very prevalent on my side. My 2 children have sickle cell. When we were first learned we were pregnant with Leia, I went through the health department to have her, and the nurses there, you do the pre-screening, and I wrote down I had the sickle cell traits, and immediately they went into does your husband have the traits? He said, I don't think I have it. They said, we're going to check anyway. And sure enough, he was the one that had it in the family.
Whether family members will end up with these conditions can also depend upon health habits, such as diet and exercise. Knowing the risk of certain diseases can motivate family members to change any unhealthy behaviors.
Knowing our family history may require us to not only look at what medical problems our family members may have had, but also their habits and lifestyles that may have contributed to their health problems. Knowing this may help us decide whether or not our diet, lifestyle, habits are something that need to be looked at, not only in terms of our health, but in terms of our family members' health as well.
The biggest lifestyle change, I think, for us would be the children aren't allowed to swim in cold water. And that really stinks for them because, kids want to play and swim, and the friends have swim parties and things like that. It's good to ask questions. It's good to take care of yourself. It's just a matter of taking care of yourself. To find out your genetic history is as important as simply don't just take the opportunity to find out who great-grandpa and who great-grandma was. Find out, what did they pass away from? Find out if they had hypertension. Find out if there was some genetic code running through your family that may be passed on or may have skipped a generation. These tools you can use not only for family planning if you'd like, but also just for support for yourself to think ahead and to plan ahead.
So while you've got the family together for the holidays or for any other gathering, make a record of your family's medical history. It's a look into your family's future that could mean better health for generations to come.
Call 1-800-TELL-LINK for more information on how to get a family health history packet, or go to the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services website at www.dhss.mo.gov/family history. There you can order or download a family health history toolkit.